Welcome to another Quantum Conversation, brought to you by AcousticHealth.com. I'm Loren Gailey, and I invite you to sit back as we enter the quantum realm, that space of the greater part of you. It is your connection to infinite possibilities, infinite potential, and infinite mastery. Welcome, everyone. We are talking today about how we can unlock the power of our weight loss in our energy field, the weight loss power in our energy field by clearing our aura. And this has to do with the emotions that we carry that could lead us to hold on to weight. My guest today is Dr. Sandra Schur, and she's here talking about one of her most popular programs, and that is Unlocking Your Aura for Weight Loss. Hi, Dr. Sandra. Thank you for being here.
Hi, Lauren. Thanks for having me on the show.
This is exciting because, as I mentioned, this is one of your most popular ones. We're going to experience this with our Zoom audience today. We've got some people who already are lined up for their mini readings. But tell us why you love this program so much, because it's helped people. So tell us more.
Yeah, I love this program because we work with something that I think is really neglected when people try to lose weight, which is their emotional body. You know, most people are taught you just use willpower and mind power, and you have to, stick to this diet and all. And not that you shouldn't do that, that you definitely want to be, conscious of what you're eating and have portion control. But if you don't clear your emotional body of all the stress and limiting beliefs, can work against you in losing weight. And what I mean is, when we have a lot of stuff in our emotional body, a lot of limiting beliefs, a lot of programs, we can actually, our inner child can feel like it needs to eat to self-soothe all that stuff in the emotional body. So by clearing the emotional body, what I found is people in the program get more clarity and motivation and alignment and empowerment. And this is the big one, empowerment around being able to master their food and their exercise. So one of the really deep hidden programs that I see, most of the people in my program are women, but what people come up against is a limiting belief around power that actually can make them believe that they don't have the power to do it. It's beyond their control. It's even not okay to be that powerful, to have mastery over your body. It's very deeply subconscious. Very deeply subconscious. It's female cultural programming. That is really actually a big deal for a lot of women, we want to feel good about being powerful and having mastery over ourselves. And that's like being powerful. I don't want to say that, but as the warrior, like men have a warrior program that they're kind of culturally programmed with, like do it and do it and do it. Women have the opposite, which is, if it doesn't feel like I'm not going along with what everybody else wants, it's bad. And so we have to be in it for ourselves in terms of taking charge of our food. I'm doing this because I'm empowering myself. I want to be healthier, and this is what really helps us in really taking charge of our food and knowing we can do it, and knowing that it's okay to shine our light. That's another part of the power program. It's not okay to shine your light. It's not okay to be thin. It's not okay to be attractive. These are very deeply hidden programs that women carry. And when we release them, women become much more motivated and aligned around doing what they need to do to lose weight. And also they're more aligned with their purpose, which is the really big piece here, because when we're aligned with our purpose and when we're in creative flow, we don't have a need to self-soothe with food because we've gone beyond the programming. We've healed the programming enough so that we don't have to self-soothe it with the food. Does that make sense?
Absolutely does make sense. And we're going to going to work with our audience here, but I'd like to share too, even my own experience on this. And we've been doing this for a while, and you've helped me. And since I've met you, I've had a change and a transformation. But for me, I think I was sharing at one point that I found an awareness that I was an emotional eater as well. I would feel competitive. I would see somebody doing something similar to me, and I would find myself standing in front of the fridge, opening the door. And it's like, okay, that the awareness right there was 90% of the work. And that's what you do as well. And the mini readings that you're going to do helps us get to that. And so it was a couple of things. One was the competition. I didn't feel like I was in control, so I would go and unconsciously open the fridge because I have the control when I open the fridge, and I no longer, maybe bypassing the feelings of competition by opening the fridge and looking for something to eat. That's very interesting. And another thing for me years ago was not wanting to be seen and using extra weight on the stomach and the belly to, hide myself, which I was unaware of until a friend of mine pointed it out. It was like, oh, but wait a minute, I want to wear a bikini, right? But it was these subconscious things. And that's really what this work is all about. So the program that we're going to do some mini readings so people can really witness what goes on there. And we've actually got someone who's been in your program who's had some success at it. We're going to talk to her too. That's Carmen, coming up in a moment. But, tell us more about what you do. This is all about getting to that subconscious. And so, yes.
So what we do in the group is I look at the person's aura, the participant's aura, and see what's blocking them. Because we do 12 weeks. It's a very intensive program. There's 12 weeks of group sessions. So each week, different things will come up for people. So when I look, I do auric readings and clearings on everyone in the group. So each week, I have each person focus on what came up for them that week about either being able to control their food or not eat emotionally. And I look at their aura and I see what programs and limiting beliefs threw them off from being in alignment with losing weight. And then we clear the programs using tapping. I use I call it my aura power method. We look at the aura, then we use tapping to clear that programming out of the system. And the person, and everyone does it together. What's wonderful is because a part of this is that everyone tends to have very similar limiting beliefs going on around food, being seen, being visible, shining their light, being powerful. This is all the deep stuff. And that's what we work on in this program. And then when we feel good about being powerful and shining our light, we automatically take actions that support us in doing that.
Yes, beautiful. That transformation is then one foot in front of the other. So we don't want to expect fast results. It's more of your life changes over the course of time. And so 12 weeks is significant. That's 3 months, a 3-month program. So what have you seen in 3 months from some of your clients?
Well, usually for most people, they lose between 8 and 12 pounds. That's been pretty much consistent across the board. I've had a few people who weren't even following the program at all. That was less. But people who follow the program at minimum lose about 10 pounds. And it's simply because we get everyone aligned emotionally and mentally and physically with weight loss. When we're emotionally driven to lose weight, when we're emotionally driven to be healthy, when we're emotionally driven to take care of ourselves, to be empowered, we feel good doing that. It actually feels good to not eat the chocolate cake than to eat it. I mean, that's what we're talking about, because it feels good to be in mastery of our food. It feels good to be moving into a place of empowerment around our health and our body and food. So that's really what happens. Yeah.
All right. And so Carmen is here. Carmen, we want to hear from you. You can go ahead and unmute yourself. You can also show your video camera if you'd like and say hello.
I will say hello, but I am in the car. Sorry. Because I have 4 little ones, and it's my place where I can have how many classes, Sandra, in the car?
Carmen was always in her car when she was in the group.
But not
Great to see you.
Good to see you. So happy. So happy to Lauren, I cannot tell you enough about Sandra, how much she helped me. Not only, I mean, we work almost for a year together.
You
And,
did
but
two
I'm not
programs with
joking.
me.
This
Yeah.
is I didn't prep this. I am just telling you. Sandra, you didn't talk about this. You need to talk about
the
this.
Aura deck. Yes, that's
Okay.
part of it.
She has an Aura deck. I am going to be your advertisement right now. She has an Aura deck. I use it in the car. I have one in my bedroom and one in the car. And in every time that a light comes out, I grab one and I do my tapping. It's really, really nice.
Share with us about your weight loss experience. That's what we really want to hear about.
Of course. But yes, total since the beginning, 24 pounds. Still, this is a marathon. I need to keep losing, but it's not only the weight. I know that the weight is wow, like you are losing it, but is the security, is that you gain in yourself, is your mastery, is the example that you are giving to your children, is what can I say? The emotions, you get to understand the emotions and you don't block them with food.
Mm.
That is how I feel about your program. And it's so funny because in all the group sessions that we had, always, maybe one, no, but the other 3 or 4 people that were there I will say, oh, that is other perspective that I need to take on me. Meaning you will have like a full circle almost of like the same topic, but in different directions, going to like different angles of the same topic that you release. And it's a release that doesn't come back, by the way. It's like a layer that you pull off. And for me, as example was like not being seen, not even like imagine myself to be small. And that was amazing. That was a big one for me. Not even like, don't be able to imagine how I look small. And other one is like not proper noticing myself, but like if I will tap 20-30 minutes a day away from the with your sentence that it's, and I promise it just drops, it just go away, the energy that you carry, because really is safety, is to don't let go the past. It's like it keep you, meaning you need to say thank you for the way, but I don't need you anymore. I don't know if you want to ask me a question and like this I can respond if I didn't give, but amazing results. And the surprising part is not the weight. I will say the surprising part is the inside work and how you don't swallow your emotions anymore. You like expose them and you say, okay, I'm here and I am ready for it. And it's just like confronting yourself. Like literally, it's like when we hold a weight, it's like because we are putting something under the rug. And what I realized is when I work with you, it's like to bring it to light, even an aspect that I didn't even imagine that
Yeah.
That's a great point, Carmen. Oh my God, that's such a great point. Because I really believe when we self-soothe with food, it's like we're stuffing our feelings with the food. We're trying to keep the feelings down with the food,
But I will tell you,
Such a good point.
My kids less triggered than ever. Like I feel like I pass them some energy, and they will be like nervous and like that. It's like going down and going down and going down. As much I get, the most I get in comfortable in my skin, the most my children get happy. They're happier because I am taking care of myself, and when I clear that emotions, I am not passing it to them. When I am clear my emotions, I am more in my sovereignty. Everything was really, really, it's a really deep program. And I think that after a while, just like I mean, it's away from the energy work that is amazing. You give a lot of props to, and a lot of techniques that you can use to lose weight, and that need to be applied. Of course, it's not only but Omen. Thank you, Jennifer, for this woman doing her part of the job.
Oh, you're sweet. Thank you, Carmen.
Oh, and not only that, I mean, it opened up in the moment I just move from other city. I get in a new house, and I did all this through your programs, and we got 5 exhibitions going on. Like everything was moving toward the right direction, meaning like you will not only clear weight, but you will clear your purpose on the way too. Like I will do it even if I didn't lose any weight. I mean, that is how clear it clears your mind. It's like the weight of your head. That is other other things. But yeah, I did 2 full programs with you, like 2, 3 months.
Oh.
So
Great.
thankful, Sandra. And my children and my husband are thankful too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, really empowered. And congratulations, 44 pounds. Wow.
24. Yeah, 24.
24. Still
Yes.
significant. Really good.
Oh, and keeping going and keeping going. I cannot wait to be in a year and come back and say 48 now. Doing the method, because I tap almost every day. I still tap almost every day. It's just a technique that works.
Yeah.
And it gives you the power to do it yourself too. It's just like it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful.
Yeah. Oh, beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing, Carmen. We really appreciate it. It really helps us understand how functional this is. The power of the emotions, controlling our emotions. So thank you. Thank you for that.
Oh, can I say something else? That because you were talking about the warrior, Sandra, before. I love the warrior. I am a warrior, 100%. But one thing that I realized with your program is a warrior from the feminine, not a warrior from the masculine. It's not from the force. You don't know how many times I try to lose weight and from force, and it come back. You come back to the same. And because it's from the feminine, it's from the nourishment, it's from soothing yourself with learning your emotions and how to, okay, I am experiencing this. I am in my body, being in your body. It's a divine feminine energy, what you bring. And I am pretty sure whoever needs the force of the masculine is getting it too. But the shift that I felt was, for me, I was so in the masculine energy of I do it. And I switched it with, no, this feeling is here to be felt, to say thank you and to let it go. And like in a really lovingly like a mothering way. That is how I felt. Just wanted to let you know. It is the mothering warrior.
Oh, I love that. Kind of like Wonder Woman.
Oh yeah, in Wonder Woman and energy steroids or something like that. Thank
Well,
you.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I love that you're saying that because it's really about the power that comes from alignment with our soul.
From
Our
inside, from
soul
inside,
wants, yeah, from within.
and it's a balance. It's I feel
And-
like that force is balance. It got balance doing this. The tapping work is really really good. Mix
Yeah.
it with your superpowers of seeing the colors. That is change every week, and it's really amazing. Well, thank you so much.
Oh, thank you, Carmen. Thank you for your wonderful testimonial.
I am going back to my babies. Thank you so much. I love you, Sandra. Love you,
Oh, I
Lord.
love you
Thank you
too,
so
honey.
much.
I'll talk to you soon. This
Thank you.
afternoon. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
thank you. Okay. Well, that is really fun because again, it shows us how it works more and how it's real and how the taking control of our emotions is really significant. So let's do some mini readings. We've got some people lining up and
Yeah.
you're gonna go through the aura that you see in the aura. The aura is gonna help you see what's going on with them, but then also tapping to get rid of it. This is the fun part. Cindy,
Right.
you
Right.
are up first and we are going to unmute you. You can unmute yourself now, Cindy. You're just going to be audio, but you are unmuted now. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Cindy.
Hello. Good morning. Well, at least it's morning here. Hope you all are well.
Good. So tell me, so are you trying to lose weight? Tell me a little bit about your weight loss issue.
Well, weight loss for me has been a kind of almost an entire life thing. I was actually underweight as a kid due to some health issues and ended up having my spleen removed and whatnot, gained a bunch of weight around the age of 6, 7 after I had my spleen removed. And so then it's always been kind of an issue after that. I have lost quite a bit. I got up, I'm 5'2" and I got up to over 200 pounds at one point. And I have lost quite a bit of that, probably about 70 to 75 pounds. But I have, yeah, and it was a process, and and it was working with my relationship with food, escapism, eating my emotions, and whatnot. But I'm kind of stuck on that last like 15, the ones where, darn it, my clothes fit really great, and then a month later they're like, oh, I can't breathe, and then 2 months later, okay, they fit again. Nope, now I can't breathe again, and now I'm in that point where had quite a bit of stress these last few years, and I'm sure everybody has, but also other things in my own personal life besides that. So I keep, now I'm turning back to emotional eating again, and so now I'm back to where half my clothes fit, half of them don't, and I'm just kind of at that frustrated space.
Okay.
So I kind of watch myself do it, but because it brings me comfort and immediate satisfaction.
Wow.
But then you have the fight with yourself after, and then I work out doubly as long and stuff. But then I'm just in a cycle. I'm in a repeating cycle. So I'm doing a few things personally to change up these cycles, and I'm hoping that getting out of that cycle, those same emotions, if I'm doing personal changes, big lifetime changes, I'm hoping that'll trigger emotional changes. Does that
So
make
it
sense?
sounds like, are you trying to make changes in your life because your emotions are coming from something that's going on in your life, Cindy?
We have made I am making some life changes and that have been put on hold. I started these big life changes before the pandemic, and then of course they've extended because of the pandemic. So I am making some big life changes, but I don't want to take these subconscious cycles with me.
So the big life changes are what's making you self-soothe with the food because of the stress, because of.
No, I want to make these big life changes. What's happening is I'm not getting the life changes fast enough, and I'm self-soothing because of the food. Or I'm
What's the life change you're trying to make? Let me just ask you that.
Well, one of them is, you know, I had quit my job of more than 20 years as an accountant in in a situation that was very political, which I did not align with at all. I am a certified hypnotherapist, was also QHHT, quantum healing, and past life regression specialties, but I'm also a Reiki master. I do astrology, I do it all. So it was two ends of the complete spectrum. I quit the job, the security job, to follow my path and finish up my studies. And a couple years, that was a couple years before the pandemic, and I was going to go back to work right before the pandemic, right the same spring the pandemic started, and that put me on a whole different trajectory. We were planning on moving out of the state we were in because we did not like their politics, and so then we ended up in another state that I'm not happy with because out of family obligation. So the big life changes I'm trying to now do is finally get into a career where I'm happy and also move to the state that me and my husband were originally planning on. In a nutshell.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, it is a lot.
Yeah. Okay. So let me tell you what I'm seeing. So the first color I'm seeing is I see light blue in front of your eyes. And then I see red in your throat area. It's trying to be bright, but it's a little bit dark. And then I see black in your heart chakra. Okay. So the first color is this light blue in your sixth chakra, which is a really, really high vibrational energy, which is wonderful. This is aligning with divine will. So your vision for your life is really walking your path in alignment with divine will. And part of you knows, as long as you keep doing that, you will keep moving forward in the right direction because you are being supported by the higher will. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So then the next color I'm seeing is you have this red in your throat chakra, and it's trying to be bright, but it's a little bit dark. So, so what this is that you really understand the importance of using your will and taking aligned action and being committed and doing whatever it takes. It's like part of you really, really gets that. But it's almost like there's this programming that's saying that it's almost bad to do that. So there's like a conflict about you being really passionate and committed towards creating what you want. It's like there's programming that tells you it's not okay to do that. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So then the next color I'm seeing is you have black in your heart chakra. So this is you really opening to really realizing that maybe you weren't loving yourself in the way that you really needed to love yourself. You didn't have honor yourself in the way you needed. And you're seeing now, I don't want to be doing that anymore. I need to do this. And really, you really get how important this is for your health and well-being. And, you know, being aligned with our purpose is a big one. If we really feel off purpose, it really can affect our health. And you know that, you've really gotten that. So you're really wanting to be on this growth path, and you are. It's just take it step by step. So this is all about being on the learning curve and knowing it's not okay that you haven't figured it out yet, and knowing that's not okay that you're not there yet. Just keep going and you will get exactly where you need to go. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, yes. And actually the loving myself really does make a lot of sense. There was a lot of death and a lot of abuse and early in life, on this lifetime and in a couple past ones. And I know I did bring some of that in with me. So and that did really, I have really struggled with self-worth and whatnot. So yes, that makes a lot of sense.
It's really big. Okay. Yeah. Should we do clearing on this, Lauren? You want to do some tapping on this? Should we?
That would be lovely. Yes,
Let's do
please.
some tapping. Okay, so I'm going to write it in the chat. Or Lauren, do you want to write? I know you, or I'll write. Okay.
I can help you in the chat if that's easiest. I'm here.
Okay, because that was helpful last time. Okay, thank you. Okay, great. So, okay, so what do we want to say? Okay, I can embrace a whole new level of self-love. Let it support me on my path and in my purpose. And create my happiest, healthiest, most successful, prosperous life. Okay.
That sounds like something I said this morning for the new moon.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So now we're going to tap. Okay, Lauren, do you have that in the chat?
Yes, it's there.
Okay. All right. So I have to look at it myself because I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. Okay, great. So now we're going to tap, Cindy. So are you familiar with tapping at all?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, excellent. So we're going to tap. So we're going to start on the card chop. Here we go. And just repeat after me. Even though I have this fear.
Even though I have fear,
That I can't embrace a whole new level of self-love.
I can embrace a whole new level of self-love.
Let it support me on my path and in my purpose.
Let it support me on my path and in my purpose.
And create my happiest, healthiest, most successful, prosperous life.
And create my happiest, healthiest, most successful, prosperous life.
I deeply and completely love and accept myself.
I deeply love and accept myself.
Okay, excellent. So now we're tapping on the eyebrow. This fear that I can't embrace a whole new level of self-love.
I'm sorry, what was that?
This fear that I can't, so we're talking to your inner child that has fear. This
Okay.
fear that I can't embrace a whole new level of self-love.
This fear I can't embrace the whole new level of self-love.
Let it support me on my path and in my purpose.
Let it support me on my path and in my purpose.
And create my happiest, healthiest, most successful, prosperous life.
And create my happiest, healthiest, most successful, prosperous life.
Great. All right. I'm tapping on the side of the eye. This fear that I can't embrace a whole new level of self-love.
This fear I can't embrace a whole new level of self-love.
Let it support me on my path and in my purpose.
Let it support me on my path and in my purpose.
And create my happiest, healthiest, most successful, prosperous life.
And create my happiest, healthiest, most successful, prosperous life.
Excellent. All right. And we're tapping under the eye. I can embrace a whole new level of self-love.
I embrace a whole new level of self-love.
I let it support me on my path.
I let it support me on my path.
And in my purpose.
And in my purpose.
And create my happiest, healthiest, most successful, prosperous life.
And create my happiest, healthiest, most successful, prosperous life.
Excellent. All right, we're tapping under the nose. I can embrace a whole new level of self-love.
I embrace a whole new level of self-love.
I let it support me on my path and in my purpose.
I let it support me on my path and in my purpose.
And I create my happiest, healthiest, most successful, prosperous life.
And I create my happiest, healthiest, most successful, prosperous life.
Great. All right, we're tapping under the lip. I embrace a whole new level of self-love.
I embrace a whole new level of self-love.
I let it support me on my path and in my purpose.
I let it support me on my path and in my purpose.
And I create my happiest, healthiest, most successful, prosperous life.
And create my happiest, I create my happiest, healthiest, most successful, prosperous life.
Excellent. All right, and we're tapping on the collarbone now. I embrace a whole new level of self-love.
I embrace a whole new level of self-love.
I let it support me on my path and in my purpose.
I let it support me on my path and in my purpose.
And I create my happiest, healthiest, most successful, prosperous life.
And I create my happiest, healthiest, most successful, and prosperous life.
Great. All right, we're tapping under the arm. I embrace a whole new level of self-love.
I embrace a whole new level of self-love.
I let it support me on my path and in my purpose.
I let it support me on my path and in my purpose.
And I create my happiest, healthiest, most successful, prosperous life.
And I create my happiest, healthiest, most successful, prosperous life.
Okay, excellent. And we're tapping on top of the head. I embrace a whole new level of self-love.
I embrace a whole new level of self-love.
I let it support me on my path and in my purpose.
I let it support me on my path and in my purpose.
And I create my happiest, healthiest, most successful, prosperous life.
And I create my happiest, healthiest, most successful, prosperous life.
Great, good, good job. How you
Wow,
doing?
thank you.
You're welcome.
That was really awesome and very, I love that, how you put that in the words, and I like the tapping with it. It puts action behind the words. So thank
Yes.
you.
Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, and you can tap on this statement, Cindy. This
Yeah, I'm
can-
writing the statement down as we speak, so I can repeat this process.
Yes, that would be helpful. Great. Great.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
Oh, thank you, Cindy.
But joy and blessings.
Thank you.
Thank you, you too.
All right, cool. We're going to go to our next person. I just want to say, though, that we can all tap along because this resonates with all of us. You know, we all want to reach that whole new level of self-love. So this is not just for the people getting the reading, but for those of us who tap right along and we can feel it. We're going to go to Owner. The Zoom name says Owner, but you can unmute yourself now and tell us your name. Tell us your name.
My name is Vicky.
Hi, Vicky.
Hi, Vicki.
Hi. I didn't expect this. I'm getting shivers. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Welcome. This is fun. So, would you like a mini reading?
Yes, I'd love it. And I'm sorry I don't know how to change my computer to put my name in there.
Is it?
oh, it says Vicky now, actually, Vicky. So we're good.
Really?
And we
Oh.
Vicky. Yeah.
Is it spelled right? Vicky?
Yes.
Okay,
Oh,
very good. All right.
interesting.
Thank you. Good.
Okay, Vicky. So tell me a little bit about your weight loss.
Okay, I'm 5'2", like the previous woman. All my life had weight problems. Was always was always like a donut would be put in front of me, but at the same time, I was told, "Oh, you better not eat that because it'll make you gain weight." And then it just sat there, and if I ate it, it was like, oh, now you're going to gain weight. If I didn't eat it, now you're wasting food. That was my growing up. Anyway, as I got older in my teens and my 20s, I was able to control it, diet, exercise, that kind of stuff. Then had 3 kids, gained 50 pounds with each child, but was able to lose it. Now I'm older, not going to say, but in the last year, I've actually put on close to 100 pounds. Now, yeah. First time was when I went to the doctor, the eye doctor. He said, "You have cataracts." I said, "No, I don't." Anyway, I consider myself healthy. I don't go to doctors. But he said, "Oh, you have cataracts. We have to arrange to have them out." I said, "I don't." Walked out. Little while later, went to a different eye doctor. And anyway, as we were discussing surgery, I literally felt my body increase. Later on, it was like in the day, I gained, at that moment, as we were discussing it, it's like I put on 20 pounds. I don't know if it was fear, if I was rejecting the whole, I don't know what it was, but I put on this, I weighed myself, and I did gain 20 pounds in that conversation. And I'm going, how did this happen? Anyway, couldn't get it off. So surgery did not go well. And through that year, it's been back and forth. And I continue to do these, like, another 10 pounds or another 20 pounds. And here
Okay,
I'm,
Vicky, can I ask you, are you watching what you eat? Do you monitor what you eat?
yes, I'm basically protein only.
Do you
Protein and
monitor your
fruit.
calories? Do you monitor your calories?
No, not really, because I'm not good at that. And I know I'm not. So I eat fruits and proteins. And I'm an egg eater. Chicken, I eat chicken, tuna, eggs, fruit. It's a very boring food. So I cut out carbs. I actually, a month ago, I started with the Semelga, whatever it is, that the diabetes drug that people are taking. I lost 10 pounds. I'm in my second month of that, have not lost anything else. And it's like,
So, okay, so what I would do with you is I would have you track your food.
okay,
Because you are probably eating a lot more than you realize. And this is part of the program, is that we have to be really intentional about creating our ideal weight. And that means tracking actually what we're putting in our mouth and not being unconscious about it. Because my sense is you're probably eating a lot more calories than you realize, and that's why you're gaining weight.
even though it's only protein and fruit.
Doesn't matter. You have to see how many calories. Protein is not pure even if it's protein, you have to, if you eat like 10 pounds of protein, that's a lot of calories. You have to track the amount and what you're eating. If you're gaining weight and you don't know why, you're probably eating a lot more calories than you realize. I see this all the time when people first enter the program. That's why I have everyone track their food, because you have to be conscious and in control of what you're putting in your mouth. That's the first step. You have to do that. Okay.
Okay.
So that's it. I mean,
start doing that.
I can, so why don't we do this? Why don't I look at your colors around you, starting to track your food? Then and what I recommend is there's a free app online. It's called myfitnesspal.com. It's a food diary. I'll put it in the chat, myfitnesspal.com. And you can track all of your food, and it calculates the calories, it calculates the fat, the protein, the carbs, and everything. And it also even calculates how much you'll weigh if you keep eating what you ate that day, and how much you weigh.
Okay.
It will really give you a good reality check on what's going on with your food, because I really think that will be the game changer for you. Really.
I also,
I think you're, yeah.
I also only eat, like, I don't get hungry until maybe 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So I basically eat one meal a day at that time, and then maybe 7 o'clock have a snack.
Okay, so why don't we look at your colors around you tracking your food? Because like I'm saying, you're probably eating a lot more calories than you realize. And you don't even know it. Okay. So I just want you to think about tracking your food, really keeping track of exactly what you're eating and how much you're eating, so you can really see where your weight is going and why it's doing what it's doing.
Okay.
Are you thinking about that?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So I see dark blue at the top of your head. I see white in front of your eyes, and I see brown in your throat. Okay. So the first color I'm seeing is you have dark blue on the top of your head. So this is you really knowing that you need to get a hold of the bigger picture of what's really going on for you, and really see it from another place and see the bigger picture of what's going on.
Okay.
And that's really important. The next color I'm seeing is you have white in front of your eyes. And this is so when you've got white, I think what part of what's going on with you is maybe you fall, I don't know if you're doing intermittent fasting, but there's something where you're expecting a result, but it's not in alignment with the actions that you're taking. And so you keep getting disappointed. And so this is about really getting and seeing the reality of what's going on so you can take actions that really do get you where you want to go. Okay.
Okay.
So the next color I'm seeing is you have brown in your throat. So this is a habit that you are a habit of behavior or a pattern of behavior that you're kind of do almost on automatic pilot. And I think it's probably just your food because you're not in the habit of tracking your food. You're in the habit of eating maybe protein or eating the way you've been eating. So you really want to break out of, because always in the beginning, breaking a habit is hard. You want to really put your energy into taking charge of your food, getting really conscious of what you're eating, so you can really lose weight. I mean, it's true. If we eat 800 calories a day, we're going to lose weight. There's no question about it, unless there's something metabolically wrong with us. You know, we have total control over our weight. It's just eating right and exercising, and that's it. We have total control. Nobody else is putting food in our mouth but us.
Right.
So you're really wanting to get, you know, in the driver's seat. And so part of you is like, okay, I'm going to have to do this new thing. It's a little bit awkward because I'm not used to it, but I know I have to do it. You know what I mean? So that's all that is.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, Lauren. So let's come up with our statement. Lauren, are you there?
Yes,
Oh,
I'm
there
here.
you are. I didn't see your video.
Yeah, doing that for our Zoom so that you are up front and center. Okay. All right.
Okay. So let's do this one. Okay. I can flow out of my comfort zone. Into mastery and empowerment around my food and health. I'll just say my food, I guess. It's good enough. Around my food, take total control of my self-care, lose excess weight, and manifest my happiest, healthiest life. Okay, excellent. Great. Okay. So Vicki, we're going to tap on this. This is a
Okay.
good, here we go. Okay, we're tapping. Even though I have this fear
No, I have this fear
that I can't flow out of my comfort zone
that I can't flow out of my comfort zone
into mastery and empowerment around my food.
into mastery and empowerment around my food.
Take total control of my self-care.
Take total control of my self-care.
Lose excess weight.
Lose excess weight.
And manifest my happiest, healthiest life.
And manifest my happiest, healthiest life.
I deeply and completely love and accept myself.
I deeply, completely love and accept myself.
Okay, excellent. We're tapping on the eyebrow. This fear that I can't flow out of my comfort zone.
This fear that I can't flow out of my comfort zone.
Into mastery and empowerment around my food.
Into mastery and empowerment around my food.
Take total control of my self-care.
Take total control of my self-care.
Lose excess weight.
Lose excess weight.
And manifest my happiest, healthiest life.
And manifest my happiest, healthiest life.
Excuse me. Okay, great. We're tapping on the side eye. This fear that I can't flow out of my comfort zone.
This fear that I can't control. I'm sorry. This fear I can't control the flow. I can't say. You say it again.
Yeah. This fear that I can't flow out of my comfort zone.
This fear that I can't flow out of my comfort zone
into mastery and empowerment around my food.
into mastery and empowerment around my food.
Take total control of my self-care.
Take total control of my self-care.
Lose excess weight
Lose excess weight
and manifest my happiest, healthiest life.
and manifest my happiest, healthiest life.
Excellent. All right, we're tapping under the I. I can flow out of my comfort zone
I can flow out of my comfort zone
into mastery and empowerment around my food.
into mastery and empowerment around my food.
Take total control of my self-care.
Take total control of my self-care.
Lose excess weight
Lose excess weight
and manifest my happiest, healthiest life.
and manifest my happiest, healthiest life.
Great. Okay, we're tapping under the nose. I can flow out of my comfort zone
I can flow out of my comfort zone
into mastery and empowerment around my food.
into mastery and empowerment around my food.
Take total control of my self-care.
Take total control of my self-care.
Lose excess weight
Lose excess weight
and manifest my happiest, healthiest life.
and manifest my happiest, healthiest life.
Excellent. All right, we're tapping under the lip. I can flow out of my comfort zone
I can flow out of my comfort zone
into mastery and empowerment around my
into
food.
into mastery and empowerment around my food.
Take total control of my self-care.
Take total control of my self-care.
Lose excess weight
Lose excess weight
and manifest my happiest, healthiest life.
and manifest my healthiest, happiest life.
Okay, great. Okay, good job, Vicky. Okay, we're tapping on the collarbone.
Okay.
I can, I flow out of my comfort zone
I can flow out of my comfort zone
into mastery and empowerment around my food.
into mastery and empowerment around my food.
Take total control of my self-care.
Take total control of my self-care.
Lose excess weight
Lose excess weight
and manifest my happiest, healthiest life.
and manifest my happiest, healthiest life.
Okay, excellent. We're tapping under the arm. I flow out of my comfort zone
Flow out of my comfort zone
into mastery and empowerment around my food.
into mastery and empowerment around my food.
I take total control of my self-care.
I take total control of my self-care.
I lose excess weight
Lose excess weight
and I manifest my happiest, healthiest life.
and I manifest my happiest, healthiest life.
Great. All right, we're tapping on top of that. I flow out of my comfort zone
I flow out of my comfort zone
into mastery and empowerment around
Into-
my food.
into mastery and empowerment around my food.
I take total control of my self-care.
I take total control of my self-care.
I lose excess weight
I lose excess weight
and I manifest my happiest, healthiest life.
and I manifest my happiest, healthiest life.
Great. Good job, Vicky.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. I hope that was helpful for you.
Yeah, I'm feeling goosebumps all through my body. So things are changing.
Oh, great. That's good to hear. So best wishes with tracking your food. I think you'll really find it's a game changer for you.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so. I didn't think I was overeating because it's like actually a lot of times I'll make a certain amount and then I only eat half of it anyway. So I didn't really think I was overeating, but
Yeah, most people really have no idea. No idea. And
Okay.
especially, yeah, you really want to write everything down that you eat and how much of it that you eat.
okay.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Beautiful. Thank you. All right. Good, 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 good. You know, intermittent fasting is so popular these days, but you've helped identify how it could not be in alignment. We can still
Yeah.
not be in alignment. So
That's a
really-
great, I'm so glad you brought that up, Lauren, because the woman in my group was intermittent fasting and she was, oh, I'm intermittent fasting. I just want to do my intermittent fast. Well, I said, make sure that you track your food. And it turned out she was eating almost 2,000 calories a day with her intermittent fasting. It's like, why she wasn't the same way.
Because we get hungry, and then so there could there's a falsity about it. Like, you can eat anything that you want because you do that. I did that for a while too, and I actually gained weight. It was very frustrating. It was very frustrating. And so, I mean, the shift is not eating as much, not eating as much.
And well, the real shift, I really think, because I think of this as really mastery of our will and creating our ideal body, because we are the only person in charge of what we eat. Nobody else is putting food in our mouth. So it's really an exercise in personal empowerment that is really life-changing for people. And I really think that's the real transformation in this program, is people understand I can create what I want. I do have the power. It's just about directing my energy, knowing I can do it, and taking those aligned actions. And then it will absolutely manifest in my life. And it will. It goes not just for food, it's for everything. But in this case, we're talking about your ideal way.
I mean, it goes for everything. And to be patient and not expect it to be so fast. Just follow it, one foot in front of the other, and just trust and be patient. Yeah.
Yes.
Good.
Yes, good point.
Maria, it looks like Maria, we have time for one more. Maria, you are up, sister. You can unmute yourself and say hello.
Hello. Hi, everyone.
Hi, Maria. Hi, good to have you here. Hey.
Likewise. Yeah. So a little bit about myself. To be honest, I've never been overweight, but since high school, I've never been comfortable with my body. And although I've had some, I would say, successful endeavors through the years, I'm still today not in the best shape and in the weight level that I want to be. And the past 6 months, I think I'm a bit on a fallback situation where I'm back to weighting almost my, say, my fattest that I've ever been. So what I want to, what my goal is actually finding a sustainable way to manage this issue, both my body image, but also weight goals.
So you're saying the last 6 months you started, have you changed your eating habits? What's been going on in the last 6 months?
I think so. It all started with a trip where I indulged a little bit on food, a little bit too much because it was a different culture. So I couldn't say no to the food, to the local food there. And then the weight kept growing. So I've gained about 11 pounds these 6 months. So just for visualization, so I'm about 5'4" and 144 pounds.
Oh, you're not even that overweight.
No, and that's why I say I'm not overweight, but for the past 15 years, I would say I've never been comfortable on my own skin. And everyone tells me, no, you're not fat, you're beautiful, but that's not what myself hears, so.
Okay, so that's kind of the bigger issue, and that might actually be why you're self-soothing with food, is you have a deeper body issue about maybe shining your light and allowing yourself to be beautiful and get rid of this shame around your looks. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes. Because in my head, I've always had a certain image that I wanted to be as, and it hasn't felt so far away, so to say, but I've never gone there. So I think there's also a little bit of a frustration of what I can achieve and what I have actually achieved or not achieved, better say.
So, okay. So what I think we want you to focus on, because the body issue in terms of your own self-awareness around your body is directly affecting your weight. So let's just have you and that's what's causing you to self-soothe with food. So we'll just address this, because you're only a few pounds overweight, and I think you really just need support in allowing yourself to own your beauty and really realize how beautiful you are, and then you will stop self-soothing with food and the weight will probably come off. I know it sounds simplistic, but I really think that's what might be happening with you, Maria. So let's just have you think about allowing yourself to fully love your body, fully love how you look, really embrace healthy self-love so that you can have reach your ideal weight, whatever that is for you, and be totally happy in your body. Okay. Are you thinking about that?
Yes.
Okay. So I see white at the top of your head. Okay. I see pink in front of your eyes. That's actually really wonderful. In the sixth chakra area. And then you've got a lot of dark green in your heart chakra. Okay, so that's what you're really feeling, and that's what's causing a lot of all of this. So, okay, so the first color I'm seeing is you have white at the top of your head. So white is the inner critic. White is perfectionism. White is having too high of a standard for yourself about something that blocks you from really seeing the bigger picture of what's really right for you, what is really going on, what you really need to be doing, what really is in alignment with you on a soul level. And you're wanting to kick that out. A lot of times when you have white, you can't trust what your soul is trying to communicate to you. Can't trust your higher guidance. It's trying to communicate with you. Does it making sense to you?
Yes, it is.
Okay. So then the next color I'm seeing is you have pink in front of your eyes. Pink is unconditional love. So this is really wonderful because part of you already knows that you have the shame. So you're not totally unaware of it. You know it comes in and it takes charge sometimes. But what the pink here is telling me that you are really aware of how important it is for you to move into the space of unconditional love. You really see that, and you really know that has to be a goal for you so you can bring healing into your life and release all this body shame that's coming from just some cultural programming. I'm not sure where it's coming from exactly, but you want to release that totally so that you can love yourself as you are, love your inner beauty, and allow yourself to be your ideal way, whatever that is. So that's what that is. So then the last color I'm seeing is you have dark green in your heart chakra. Dark green is a really deep sense of feeling not good enough, feeling unworthy, feeling not worthy of love. And a lot of times we pick this up from our parents or from our childhood. Maybe we had parents who didn't love themselves, but it's this really deep limiting belief that you're not good enough and you don't deserve love. But of course, it's a limiting belief. You're already somewhat aware of it, which is great. But we want to do some clearing around this to help you move into more self-love, because this is deep stuff. Do you know what I'm saying, Maria, right?
Yes, yes. Self-love has been a pattern in all my readings and the past few years when I've started spirituality. So it really hits the nail.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So let's work on this. We're going to do some tapping on this. Okay. I can release my need to be perfect. Love myself completely with all my flaws and imperfections. Move into the space of unconditional love. And manifest my happiest, healthiest life. Okay. Okay, great. Okay, Maria, so we're tapping. Here we go. Even though I have this fear.
Even though I have this fear.
that I can't release my need to be perfect,
that I can't release my need to be perfect,
love myself completely
love myself completely
with all my flaws and imperfections,
with all my flaws and imperfections,
move into the space of unconditional love,
move into the space of unconditional love,
and manifest my happiest, healthiest life.
and manifest my happiest, healthiest life.
I deeply and completely love and accept myself.
I deeply and completely love and accept myself.
Okay, excellent. So we're tapping on the eyebrow. This fear that I can't release my need to be perfect,
This fear that I can't release my need to be perfect,
love myself completely
love myself completely
with all my flaws and imperfections,
with all my flaws and imperfections,
move into the space of unconditional love,
move into the space of unconditional love,
and manifest my happiest, healthiest life.
and manifest my happiest and healthiest life.
Excellent. All right, we're tapping on the side of the eye. This fear that I can't release my need to be perfect,
This fear that I can't release my need to be perfect,
love myself completely with all my flaws and imperfections,
love myself completely with all my flaws and imperfections,
move into the space of unconditional love,
move into the space of unconditional love,
and manifest my happiest, healthiest life.
and manifest my happiest, healthiest life.
Great. All right, we're tapping under the eye. I can release my need to be perfect.
I can release my need to be perfect,
Love myself completely with all my flaws and imperfections.
love myself completely with all my flaws and imperfections,
Move into the space of unconditional love,
move into the space of unconditional love,
and manifest my happiest, healthiest life.
and manifest my happiest, healthiest life.
Okay, great. We're tapping under the nose. I can release my need to be perfect.
I can release my need to be perfect,
Love myself completely with all my flaws and imperfections.
love myself completely with all my flaws and imperfections,
Move into the space of unconditional love,
move into the space of unconditional love,
and manifest my happiest, healthiest life.
and manifest my happiest, healthiest life.
Great. All right, we're tapping under the lip. I can release my need to be perfect.
I can release my need to be perfect,
Love myself completely with all my flaws and imperfections.
love myself completely with all my flaws and imperfections,
Move into the space of unconditional love,
move into the space of unconditional love,
and manifest my happiest, healthiest life.
and manifest my happiest, healthiest life.
Great. All right, we're tapping on the collarbone. I release my need to be perfect.
I release my need to be perfect.
I love myself completely with all my flaws and imperfections.
I love myself completely with all my flaws and imperfections.
I move into the space of unconditional love,
I move into the space of unconditional love,
and I manifest my happiest, healthiest life.
and I manifest my happiest, healthiest life.
Excellent. All right, we're tapping under the arm. I release my need to be perfect.
I release my need to be perfect.
I love myself, excuse me, completely with all my flaws and imperfections.
I love myself completely with all my flaws and imperfections.
I move into the space of unconditional love,
I move into the space of unconditional love,
and I manifest my happiest, healthiest life.
and I manifest my happiest, healthiest life.
Great. All right, we're tapping on top of the head. I release my need to be perfect.
I release my need to be perfect.
I love myself completely with all my flaws and imperfections.
I love myself completely with all my flaws and imperfections.
I move into the space of unconditional love,
I move into the space of unconditional love.
and I manifest my happiest, healthiest life.
I manifest my happiest and healthiest life.
Great. Okay, good job, Maria.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you, Maria. Wonderful. Okay. I hope that everyone is feeling fresh and liberated and free from any of the emotions that we might carry. That was really well-rounded for all of us. We can all love ourselves with all our flaws and imperfections as well, and give ourselves unconditional love. So thank you. All right. Well, we got a really good demonstration of how that works and the energetics behind it. Can you talk a little bit about the tapping? There's a science to this.
Yes. So the tapping is an energy therapy that is based on acupuncture. So when we're tapping on acupuncture points that are related to how we hold emotions in the body. And so as we tap, we release these blockages that are keeping these emotions held in the body, and it actually releases them from our autonomic nervous system, from our energy system, from our nervous system. And it allows the life force energy to flow more freely, because when we are holding a negative emotion or we're holding a stressed emotion, it actually causes like static in the nervous system. Some of our life force energy goes to dealing with the stress of that emotion. So when we release the stress of that emotion, when we release the emotion from the emotional body, the stress is no longer there and the life force is liberated. So this is one thing that I hear from people all the time when we do tapping together, is they always feel more calm, but also more energized, because they're coming in more into a place of alignment with the life force that's coming from their soul. And our soul always knows what's best for us. It's where our guidance comes from. It's where our motivation comes from. It's where our clarity comes from. So the more we clear the emotional kind of garbage, I'm going to say, I don't want to have the words like garbage, because it's limiting beliefs are like almost like toxins in our nervous system. The more we clear that out, the more our life force becomes stronger and clearer, the more aligned we are with our higher guidance, and the more motivated we are to take actions that are in alignment with our soul. And our soul includes our body. Our soul is our whole self. So that's why it's so powerful to use this to help people lose weight, because they not only get more confident that they can lose weight, they're more motivated to take the actions that help them lose weight. And they don't have any limiting beliefs that are blocking them from allowing them to lose weight, from allowing them to shine their light, from allowing them to be visible in a way that's, they're more attractive, they're attracting more people to them. We allow that to happen. We allow good things to come into our life. Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful. Thank you for sharing on that. As the first person, Cindy said she felt all tingly, and I hope that we're all feeling sparkly and tingly and yes. Okay. So then let's we're about ready to conclude our show, but I just want to give you a moment to tell us more about the details, the specifics of this 12-week course. It's starting soon. The details are
Yes.
on the page. I'm going to put that in our chat box as well. So people can access that. But this is beautiful. So 12 weeks, and it's really personalized. Tell us more of the details and logistics of it.
Yeah. So there's 12 group sessions where everyone gets their aura read and cleared every week. Then there's also a whole 10 video online course that walks you through like the concrete steps of how to take charge of your food, how to monitor your food, all those things. So those are the real actionable steps that you can take between the group sessions. There also includes a bonus of a one-on-one session with me, which is a really deep dive to clearing any blockages and aligning you with healthy weight loss, anything that might be getting in the way of you being able to do that. And it also includes the Aura Deck, because the Aura Deck is a really fun tool to use as an addition to what we're doing in the group that allows you to release limiting beliefs from your energy system. So that's what's all included. And the reason it's 3 months is because it really takes that long for someone to really rewire their emotional body for us to, because we're working on levels of programming that have been with us since we were babies. I mean, it's very much deep in the nervous system. So there's layers and layers. And then each week, as you lose more weight, you become more and more and more empowered around your weight. It gets easier and easier and easier and easier. But it takes that long because we're clearing out habits that have been with us probably our whole life around food. Most people are pretty unconscious around food, let's face it. So this is really a new way. I'm really teaching you a new way of how to master your food, how to have mastery over your body, how to feel good about being empowered and being mastery over your body, and have it be fun and have it be enjoyable. It actually makes weight loss enjoyable. It really, really does. And I have people say to me, I could never go back to eating the way I used to eat. It feels completely gross because it really feels so much better to be in this healthy space and have this healthy relationship with food in our body. You can't go back. You just can't. So that's why I call it Rewire for Weight Loss, because we are rewiring the nervous system to be in alignment with healthy weight, healthy self-care, and healthy body. Yeah.
So beautiful. Absolutely beautiful and amazing. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We are looking forward to this class. And those who are interested, if it's right for you, if you're really ready to make that change, it's highly transformational in your life. And, if you ever have a pair of jeans or a pair of shorts or clothes from the past that you kept in hopes of one day wearing them again, maybe bring them out, try it, I've always done that too. I've kept it. And one time just really thinking, how in the world would I ever possibly be able to fit into these again? But we can, and we will. And I did, and you can too. And that's the exciting part. That's the fun part. And more importantly than that, it's the self-love that we have for ourselves. It's mastery of our emotions, mastery of the sacred temple of our bodies. That's the empowerment, and the fun that comes from it, the extra energy that comes from it is beautiful. And again, life-changing, transformational. So I want to thank you, Dr. Sandra, for this beautiful introduction to that course and a sample of how you work with people and get to the bottom of their individual and unique emotions. As we say goodbye, any final thoughts you'd like to share on this?
Well, I just love this course, and I hope if it speaks to you, you join us, because it will change your life. Absolutely. That's what people tell me all the time. So yay.
They're in it, and it's a great investment. So check it out. For those who need it, there's a 2-payment plan available. We do that to make it easy and graceful for you. So if that helps, check it out. And we love you all, and thank you for being here. Thank you for your light that you share with the world. Dr. Sandra, thank you as well.
Thank you, Lauren. Thank you, everybody.
Namaste. Bye.
Namaste.
Thank you for listening to this quantum conversation, and thank you for dancing with us to the cosmic heart. As we raise our own vibration, we raise the vibration of the planet. This show is dedicated to you and all awakening hearts, as we are here to shine our bright light and amplify our love. Access all quantum conversations, special offers from our guests, and online healing retreats by visiting acoustichealth.com. I'm Loren Gailey, and from my sacred heart to yours, I honor your magnificent love and light. We leave you now with music from the universe. Music literally created by the universe, as musical notes were assigned to mathematical equations. The result is this beautiful music, available at acoustichealth.com. Namaste.